This coming Sunday, we celebrate the seventh Sunday of Easter. It also happens to be Mother's Day weekend, and as we come together, we do recall all of our mothers, both living and dead. Our gospel passage is taken from John's Gospel, chapter 17, verses 11 through 19. Jesus is giving his disciples his farewell message. Let's take a listen. Lifting up his eyes to heaven, Jesus prayed, saying, Holy Father, keep them in your name that you have given me, so that they may be one, just as we are one. When I was with them, I protected them in your name that you gave me, and I guarded them, and none of them was lost, except the son of destruction, in order that the scripture might be fulfilled. But now I am coming to you. I speak this in the world so that they may share my joy completely. I gave them your word, and the world hated them, because they do not belong to the world any more than I belong to the world. I do not ask that you take them out of the world, but that you keep them from the evil one. They do not belong to the world any more than I belong to the world. Consecrate them in the truth. Your word is truth. As you sent me into the world, so I sent them into the world, and I consecrate myself for them, so that they also may be consecrated in truth. The disciples have learned a great deal from Jesus in their time with him. They learned from his words, but more importantly from his example. They saw his love made manifest, and it was a love that was sacrificial. Jesus now sends them out into the world and asks them to imitate him, to extend that same sacrificial love to those around them. As we celebrate Mother's Day, we know that our mothers so very often have been examples of that sacrificial love. Over the years, they so often had to suppress some of their own interests, their own wishes, their own desires, and take care of the children God gave them. We know that mothers embody the kind of love we hear St. John speak about in our second reading. He says, God is love, and whoever remains in love remains in God, and God in him. Our mothers have taught us much about God because they loved us even before we could speak, even before we had a rational thought about the existence of God. Our mother's love was love in action, the witness of their love, the example of their love, when we only wanted to eat or sleep, is a powerful witness of care and concern. We come to know that God is love because, first of all, we experience that love from our mothers and fathers and other friends and neighbors. As our parents took a few minutes to pray by the side of our crib or the side of our beds, we began slowly to realize that even our parents called on another person, our God, someone larger, bigger, greater, more powerful than them, to ask for what we needed. They asked God for what we needed. They put our needs before their own. The message of love that Jesus sends the disciples to preach throughout the world is a message that was heard by our mothers and fathers, and a message we caught on to by seeing them live it. It was love in action. Jesus' words to his followers in this gospel passage are some of his last words to them. He wants them to know they are loved and they are to live in his love. And thank goodness our mothers helped us understand this message. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Let the gospel fill your week, and take time to reflect on your mother's impact on your life of faith. See you in church. For now, God bless.